Most welcome to another lecture. Today we are going to discuss exclamation and emphasis. Before proceeding further, I would like to remind you that we have discussed assertion. We have discussed its types, and we have discussed its types: locationary act, illocationary act, perlocationary act. Then we have discussed rhetorical questions, and some types of rhetorical questions. Then we have discussion on when a rhetorical questions would be asked. Then we have discussion on rhetorical questions used in poetry, figurative language. Then it comes our this one topic which we are going today to have a full discussion, 1.2.5 exclamation. So let us have full discussion on today's topic, exclamation. This is our topic, exclamation. Exclamation is another specialized use of words or phrases in oral or written communication. It is mainly used to express a sudden feeling, emotion, surprise, pain, or short cry. Exclamations are very useful in everyday language as they show speaker's interest and listener's response in a given act of speech. So, as far as this exclamation is concerned, it's a specialized use of words or specialization of phrases. How you are going to use these phrases in oral or written communication. And sometimes these exclamations express sudden feelings, some sudden emotions, and some sudden surprises, or maybe sometimes it shows pain, or maybe sometimes it shows a short cry. But we use these exclamations in our everyday language. As far as language is concerned, we are using these expressions in our everyday life. Because as they show us interest of a speaker and the listeners and the speaker's interest. It is due to these exclamations we will be able to show the interest of listener or the interest of speaker. And now on further, I can say that it's a specialization of words which expresses somebody's feelings, which express somebody's emotions, which express somebody's pain. As far as this exclamation is concerned, also we have learned about it in our punctuation. There it comes punctuation mark. In punctuation it comes an exclamatory mark, and some points are there. How we use these exclamatory markers, how these exclamatory words are there. तो मैं अगर आप लोगों को ऐसे बताऊं ये एक्सक्लेमेशन क्या है. एक्सक्लेमेशन अगर हम देखेंगे ये एक स्पेशलाइजेशन है. किनका? ये वर्ड्स की एक स्पेशलाइजेशन है, चाहे वो फ्रेजेस हैं या वर्ड्स हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि हम इनको ओरली ज़बानी या हम रिटन कम्युनिकेशन में इनको यूज करते हैं. वी यूज दीज वर्ड्स, these special words in our communication as far as it is oral or it is written communication. तो इससे और एक चीज का ये जाहिर होना है कि ये जो फीलिंग्स हैं, इमोशंस है, ये सब तो हमें पता चल जाता है, चाहे वो स्पीकर के इंटरेस्ट के बारे में या लिसनर्स के रेस्पॉन्स के बारे में. तो इन ही चीजों से हमें पता चलता है वो किस तरीके से ये एक्सक्लेमेटरी मार्क्स और अपने जो लफ्ज हैं वो किस तरीके से यूज करता है. सो exclamatory marks and this exclamation, we use it in our day-to-day life, and this is very useful in our everyday language. we can say that in oral communication is merely a sound used in a sentence to denote strong feeling or emotion. Such sentences always end with an exclamatory sign. Now, we can say that this exclamation, when we are going to use it in oral communication, we use it as merely a sound. Use it in a sentence as it denotes some strong feelings and emotions. Because we put stress there, we use these words in our day-to-day language. We use these sounds in our conversation with the people, and we use these exclamatory marks, exclamatory sentences, because we are saying something, or maybe it is our emotions, maybe it is regarding our feelings, maybe it is regarding our pain, etc., etc. So this exclamatory mark and this exclamation shows us some strong feelings. It is due to these words we become able to feel or listen or feel or analyze the mood of the speaker. There are some words, exclamatory words of contemporary English used for different purposes. Some words are there which we use on different purposes for different occasions, for different points, for different ways. Expressing joy. When we express joy, when we express our feeling like joy, we are happy, and we say hurrah. We say hurrah. That means something had happened which gives us pleasure. So to express this pleasure, this is our inner feeling, and we use the word hurrah. This hurrah shows that the person who is saying hurrah, he is happy. Now another word is ha ha, expressing amusement. Now when we are amused by something, we say ha ha. This is our inner emotions. When we are in grief, we say alas. So when we hear alas word from the mouth of a speaker, when we hear oh, ah, we automatically become knowledgeable about this thing, that something bad had happened with the same person. We can analyze that the person is in grief, so he used these words. Otherwise there is no need to say these words. Now if you are going to talk to other person and he says you hem, and like that words, so that means we should have to know this, that the person who is giving response like that very words, and that means he is in doubt, he isn't getting me properly. Maybe we are with conversation with him or her, but his actual response is ha. So we should have to know that the person is in doubt, the person hasn't get me properly. And one other word where we use this bro, and bro word is with exclamation. So this bro is yeah. Yeah means it's an approval. I am going to say you people that we will continue our classes after the tenure, after the end of the month. So this when you say yes, of course, a bro, it means it's an approval by you people to me that we can continue. And then we have word wow. We have word wow with note of exclamation. Sorry. Now when someone says wow, that means he is in surprise. After all, we get surprised in every way. In every time, in a day, we get surprised by a lot of things. And when we say wow, what a flower. wow, what a dash dash. So we get surprised at that time. So when we use these words with exclamation, that means these are exclamatory marks and they show us someone's feelings, someone's amusement, someone's grief, someone's pain, someone's doubt, someone's approval, someone's surprise. So when we put this exclamatory mark to a word, that it shows us there is something special with. Now it is a parts of speech which can be used in exclamations. Now we use these exclamatory marks with the words, with the parts of speech. Parts of speech, how many parts of speech are there? There are 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech are there. Inshallah, we will going to discuss these parts of speech in our grammar classes, and we will discuss all that in our grammar class, and we will cover all the grammar there. So here are some pointers that we are going to discuss. Among these 8 points, we have, first of all, we have noun. So you people know, you are well aware of the noun. In our lower classes, we have learned that noun is the name of person, place or thing. So when the noun is a word which denotes us, which shows us that is a person, it's a thing. Now how to use these exclamatory marks with the words that gives us some surprise, that shows us his feelings, that shows us his pain, that shows us his grief. Here's a word. Now you are well aware of noun. Noun is a word, is a name of person, place or thing. That means which denotes person. So there's a word, foolish fellow. Here this is the exclamatory mark with foolish fellow. Now who is foolish fellow? Who is foolish fellow? Foolish fellow is a man or a woman. Foolish fellow, koi, someone who is foolish. Dreadful sign. Foolish fellow, dreadful sign. Dreadful sign. These 2 words shows us someone's actions, someone's mood, because he's foolish, he's not good. Dreadful sight. I can say that a sight is a place. Dreadful sight, a dangerous place. So this sight with exclamation gives us some surprise. Here's a fool with this. Wasn't it a surprise? Now these words, first of all, it shows us about noun. It tells us about noun. Then after that, it gives us something surprised. That a foolish fellow is a good guy, but a foolish fellow. It's a beautiful place, but it's a dreadful sight. Dreadful place. It is very intelligent boy, but he's fooled. The way is going to paradise, but there's a bridge where you have to cross, but it is very difficult to cross. Wasn't it surprised? So these are the words which shows you that how these words are used to show the action of noun or the action of place, or we can say that action of noun. Now there are adjectives. There are some adjective words where we put this exclamatory mark and which shows us some surprises, some feelings, some emotions and some pain. Strange. Here's a good guy, but he's strange. That means it's a surprise to people, strange people. Ajnabi. Shocking. It also shows us. It's an adjective. I can say खासियत. Here I can say in noun, ये किसी चीज का नाम वगैरह के बारे में बात की जाती है. And here इन एडजेक्टिव, ये किसी की खासियत के बारे में बात की जा रही है। ये एडजेक्टिव है क्या? एडजेक्टिव के साथ ये स्ट्रेंज लगा है, स्ट्रेंज के साथ हमारा ये नोट ऑफ एक्सक्लेमेशन लगा है। नाउ दिस स्ट्रेंज, मे बी this strange is here an adjective word which shows somebody's quality. He is well aware of the topic, but his behavior shows is strange. He is like a strange. He acts like a stranger. Now there's a word shocking. The news is very good, but it is shocking. खबर बहुत अच्छी है लेकिन शॉकिंग है। How nice. Well, these are the words which show us somebody's good qualities. How fast, what a nice dress, what an easy exam, what smart shoes, what nonsense. So these are the words which shows us the adjectivity of the person, adjectivity of some places, adjectivity of whatever it comes, but it shows us the adjectivity. किसी की खासियत दिखाते हैं। How fast, that means कोई है जो ज्यादा तेज है। How, what a nice dress, इसका मतलब ये है कि कोई है जो ये खूबसूरत लिबास पहने हुए हैं। What an easy exam, तो मतलब यह है कि ये easy exam है लेकिन है तो कोई जो दे रहे हैं। इसी तरीके से then it's what smart shoes. Somebody is there who is putting these shoes on, and these shoes we can say what a surprise, huh? What a smart shoes. What nonsense. Now it is pronoun. Pronoun is, and here I am going to tell you, adjectives are the words which qualify noun. Okay. एडजेक्टिव वो वर्ड होते हैं जो क्वालिफाई करते हैं किसको? जो क्वालिफाई हमारे नाउन को करते हैं। एंड हियर प्रोनाउन इज, जो हम इसके इंस्टेड यूज करते हैं इंस्टेड ऑफ नाउन। प्रोनाउन्स आर द वर्ड्स व्हिच आर गोइंग टू यूज इंस्टेड ऑफ नाउन। तो एडजेक्टिव है जो नाउन को क्वालिफाई करता है, प्रोनाउन है जो नाउन के बजाय लगाते हैं हम। ओके, नाउ इट इज pronoun. What a sad thing it is. What it is? It is something about someone. What a sad thing it is. That means something is there about which the talk is going. What is sad? Something is there. It gives you surprise. But it is to somebody here which gives you surprise. Something had happened to him. What a sad thing it is. ये क्या खराब कोई चीज है, क्या है ये? It is so kind of you. Someone is whom we are going to talk and we are going to surprise him, or we are going to appreciate him. That is very nice of you. It is very nice of you, and this you is, it is our noun, and this thing is, it is our noun. She is such a helpful fellow. What a helpful fellow. This she is going this, and it is about the same girl or the same woman. She is helpful, and but this exclamation shows you his possessiveness, his helpfulness, surprising way. They talk such rubbish. This rubbish with exclamation shows their bad environment, bad behavior. Now we have adverbs. Adverbs are the words which are going to use instead of verbs, or which gives or which add some extra information to verb. Adverbs वो होते हैं जो हमारे verb को extra information दे देते हैं, उसको extra analysis दे देते हैं, उसको extra दे देते हैं, add करते हैं। किसको करते हैं? हमारे पास add and we have verb. So this is simply add something to the verb. Add some extra to the verb. For example, how wonderful. What is wonderful? Her beauty is wonderful. Her garden is wonderful. His garden is wonderful. His outer is wonderful. What is wonderful? वो someone is whom we are going to add something else. जिसके साथ हम कुछ और जोड़ रहे हैं. वो तो है ही खूबसूरत, लेकिन हमारे वंडरफुल कहने से ये एक एक्सक्लेमेटरी, एक तजब्जुब जैसे है, ये एक हैरान कर देने वाली बात बन जाती है. ये तो इतना खूबसूरत है, खुशी कर देने वाली बात है. How very kind of you. How very kind of you. That is interesting. How interesting. These are the words which add some extra information to the verbs. Actually, there are verbs. Verbs are the words which shows you action. Okay. Verb होता है वो जो आपको action दिखाए, और verb के अपने किस्म है. Verb आप ये समझ लीजिए, verb जो है is a soul of English language. Verb जो है is a soul of English language. So verb के साथ बहुत कुछ है. फिलहाल हमें यहाँ पर ये बताया जा रहा है कि हम verb को something we are going to add with the verb. They are interesting, but how interesting they are. Okay, now we have conjunction. Conjunctions are the words that connect one to another. These words connect the sentences. Conjunctions. If I could, here's a conjunction, this if. If I could, if only I could see him once more. If, it is probability, it's possibility. If, that means least chances are there to see him. But it gives you an exclamatory mark that is it possible for me, is a surprise to him, is it possible for me that I'll go to see him once more? क्या ये मुमकिन है कि मैं उसको एक बार फिर से देखूं? Is it possible? Now we have, and after that we have emphasis, where we are going to put emphasis. Emphasis that we can call stress, और emphasis हम ये कह सकते हैं जोर दे देना किसी चीज पर. Emphasize करना हो गया जोर देना. In order to maintain the importance of spoken word in a speech act, I already told you there are, how many acts are there? There are 3 acts of speech. In assertion we have discussed this: locationary, illocationary and perlocationary. Now this is the importance of spoken word in a speech act. The orators or speakers use emphasis. Now, when you are going to speak publicly, and the spoken words should be spoken according to these acts, according to these speech acts. If you remember, in locationary, I also told you that in locationary method you should have used very good language, and then same is with our illocationary and then perlocationary. You should have to go to the lecture and just watch this and get full confidence and get the knowledge about these acts. Now a speaker or an orator, he should have to use these emphasis and put stress on those things which are very important for him. The function of using emphasis is oral. In oral communication on a syllable or a word is to make the significance or importance. Now, wherever you go and you use the words with full confidence and with full stress or accent on the words, it automatically shows your importance on the words. It automatically shows what you are going to say, what you are going to share with other people. Because wherever you put the stress on the words, these words become very important to the for the listeners, because they are listening these words. When you put stress on there, when you put some emphasis on the words, they give importance to your thoughts, they give importance to your ideas, and the same importance and the same significance would be analyzed by the people who are going to listen you. Now the function of the using emphasis in oral communication on syllable. So when you put emphasis on syllables, when you are saying these words to other people, it makes a good significance and importance, because they think that you are a good orator, you are a good speaker, because you just speak the words in a very good manner. The prominent part of a speech is often pronounced by raising the voice. So when you are going to speak to the people, the good way is to pronounce the words by raising your voice. The good way is to pronounce your words by putting stress on the words. Listen, we put stress on the words according to their syllables. In syllable division, we put stress on first, second and tertiary syllable, we can say, and we put the stress on those words, and that becomes very important for us, and they give good significance to the people. Emphasis in spoken language is synonymous to accent and stress. So when we put emphasis on the words, on the synonymous words, we show the accent and the stress. And when we put stress on the synonymous, automatically the listeners will analyze that, automatically the listeners get differentiate between these synonyms. Emphasis in spoken language is synonymous to accent and stress. And when we put some emphasis on the words, these words, when there are some synonymous words, we put these words with accent and the stress, it becomes very good, it becomes very helpful for people who are going to listen you. They can differentiate the words. When they differentiate the words, they will get you properly. And you are putting the accent and you are putting emphasis on the synonymous will automatically give them best. And it becomes your clarity of voice. They always place weight on something considered very important. So the audience, so the listeners will always place weight on something which is very important for them. Here are some words where we put stress, where we put emphasis. For example, there is the present system of education gives more importance to teaching and learning of English. So according to the sentence, education system, that means the higher education of present education, they are going to teach English in good, they are going to have a good and quality education. According to this sentence, education system is going to teach and learn English, is going to give more importance to the teaching and learning of English. So here the main stresses or the main emphasis are on English. So let me show you, when we put stress on present, education, importance, teaching, and English. That automatically, when you put emphasis on these words, present it, when the learners, when the audience will listen you, that they will automatically get that present education system is going to give more importance to teaching and learning English. One more sentence is here. My friend will study music with an accent on jazz. Here is my friend who is going to study music, but with what he is going to study music? Here he puts the stress, here he puts the emphasis on this. Jazz. Jazz ho gaya shorgul. If he wants to study music with an accent on jazz, that means his first priority is on jazz. His first priority is on jazz, on accent on jazz. The state government laid heavy stress on law and order. Now, here the emphasis is on law and order. That means ज़्यादा जोर तो law and order पे दिया जा रहा है. ज़्यादा जोर. That means state government is going to lay heavy stress on which? Law and order. Now the speaker's intention was to discuss. What he wants to discuss? He wants to discuss his civil rights. His intention is actually he wants to have discussion on civil rights. Now in this sentence, here I need, you need, anyone need. What he needs is the report about the accident. I need a detailed report of the accident. That means here he puts emphasis on accident. That means he wants the good detail about accident. So when we put stress on the words, it also shows us that these words are important. And when we put exclamatory mark after the words, it also shows us that these words are important. Because in our oral communication, I can say in communicative English, in our day-to-day life, when you are going to talk to other people and you have to put stress on some words, you have to put some exclamatory marks on words, so that the people who are going to listen you, they will get you properly. They will get the good meaning of the words which you are going to share with them, and your audience will analyze, and your audience will show your mood, and you yourself show the mood of yourself. You show your mood, you are angry or you are good. It is your words which show to the people that how he is, how she is. You treat them good or bad, your words will automatically shows to them. So if there's an importance, if you want to share your ideas to the people and you want them to understand you, then you should have to use these exclamatory marks, use this emphasis. Because when we're going to use these words with full accent, stress and all that, then the people will understand us. When the people will understand us, that means we are successful. We are successful in sharing our thoughts. Otherwise, what the fun was to share the thoughts when the people didn't get you? So, in our next lecture, we will talk on conversation, how we are going to converse with the people. Now, I'll like to remind you that in this lecture, we have learned this emphasis on words, and we have learned exclamation mark, exclamatory marks, and we have learned how to use these words and how it becomes very important for us in our day-to-day language, so that the people will get us, so that the people will learn from good things from us. We'll continue in our next lecture. Till that time, Take care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening me and for being with me in this lecture, and thank you for your good cooperation with me. Thank you very much for listening the lecture.